Prizepicks.
All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of Honest Speaks. Today we're going to be picking six players for fantasy scores. Um, my apologies for last time or recent posts. I've been, under the weather lately. Uh, I might get my voice back soon, so pardon me. All right, let's go through the game quickly. First game, we're gonna be having the OKCs versus Minnesota Timberwolf. Uh, so as you all know, my strategy is fantasy scores, and that's basically what I do. So I'm just gonna be picking simple, and you know, just hoping everything is locked in, and we make some money. All right. So my first pick, right? Yeah, it's gonna be in the top corner. SGA. He's been real fun to watch lately. If you look at his stats, it's impressive, But today's game is going to be much competitive. Facing the Timberwolves, who they got Anthony Edwards, So you definitely going to be watching out for the second leg of that game because I think the last game the OKC won at the Timberwolves Minnesota. So he's looking to keep that record straight, you know, uh, double the win. So I'll be going for SGA over 53 fantasy score today. Uh, yeah. My second pick is going to be Anthony Edwards. Yeah, because he definitely wants that blood, man. Because he needs that win, Because remember last time I said they lost at home to OKC, so he's trying to get that back. All right, so we are going to give him more 43.5 fantasy scores today. My third pick. Let's go all the way to let's try this game with the 3:40 p.m. games. That's the Cleveland versus the Dallas Mavericks. So for that game, I will be picking 42 fantasy scores, over 42 fantasy scores for Donovan Mitchell. Which, if you look at his stats, it's not really great, but I feel like this is going to be a real good matchup for him, today. And he would love to score a lot of points, especially 3 points. And, you know, I think he might be targeting over 30 points today. So I'm definitely going to put him more on fantasy score 42, over 42 fantasy score points. So we're going to go all the way down to the next game, which I'm not a fan of Knicks, surprisingly. So yeah, Knicks is going to be playing the Golden State Warriors, at the Madison Square Garden tonight. It's going to be a fun match. You know. Jalen Brunson would really, you know, do well. So I will be picking for 43 fantasy score point over 42 fantasy score point. And alongside is you know, his teammate Cat 41 over 41 fantasy score points. You know, last time he didn't really do, you know, hit the mark for me, but I think this time he definitely going to hit that. So definitely putting him for over 41 point his fantasy scores. So my last pick would be OG Ananobi. He's a promising player for today. OG Ananobi would be in playing in. It's been consistent lately, so I'll definitely have him on my roster. My pick six, I mean, for more. So you could, you know, put this in, you know, lock it, and you know, see what you get today. Um, or we could switch a lot of stuff, and so let's say this is the first um, picks, and I would maybe, you know, switch something, you know. Let's say I could just instead of me putting uh, Anthony Anthony Edwards, I might take him off, and I'll go to I'll go to the Detroit game today, and I feel Duncan Robinson was pretty inviting fantasy scores today. Give him over 19 fantasy scores, and you know, I could also switch for another player. I could switch Donovan Michelle for Cooper Flag. Cooper Flag is one young blood that needs to be watched out for. Cooper Flag for over 40 fantasy scores. It's definitely gonna, you know, put in some work today. So I could put in that. And if I would say the last switch, I could either switch OG Anunoby and for another Detroit player. Um, yeah, I could switch him for also Thompson. Yeah, could be a great player for this game against Toronto. Yeah, should be all right for 26.5 more than 26.5 fantasy score. So yeah, that should be it. So either the first one I did or this should be a lock, and you know, hopefully we get this win today. All right, guys, thanks for watching. You know, you could like and subscribe and supporting me. Have a good day.